What's up YouTube, Kyra back up in here with another video, and today we have a vintage pickups video. We are back in the studio, back in the room, haven't been here in a bit. Thank you to Megs for letting me enjoy a great summer at her place. Much appreciated. Enjoyed the downtown lifestyle for a little bit, but now I'm back in the bunker, back in the trenches, getting down, doing these videos for you guys on the internet, of course. So like I said just a couple of moments ago, we have vintage for you guys, whole lot of it. Been accumulating this for about a month or so now, or maybe close shy under a month, maybe 3 weeks. This is from a bunch of different vintage curators within the city and then also online, so I'm gonna get into everything that I got. I miss doing styling videos, so hold me to it. Make me do styling videos very shortly. I definitely want to get some of those under my belt because I haven't done a lot of them for you guys. I feel like on the channel I've just been doing a lot of pickups because I do be getting a lot of clothes. Starting off with some of my favorite things to get, some vintage Levi's. I have two of them. The first one is a 550. Now I know what I say all the time, 550s are not my favorite fit, but it just so happens that every time I find a nice wash, it happens to be a 550, so I end up like being like, do I get it, do I not get it, whatever. I tried on this pair, and this pair of 550s doesn't really fit like the other pairs that I have. It does feel very like 80s, but I just love this wash. I ended up getting a little grass stain on it, looking like the Gucci pants now. But yeah, these are 32 by 32. They're double X's, and I believe they're made in Canada, if I'm correct. Made in the USA, even better. So yeah, made in USA, 550s, 32 by 32, beautiful fit. I have some pictures in them. Definitely one of my favorite washes. Love this pair of pants. I want to find this wash in a 501 or a 505 because those are my two favorites, or even a 517 because you know me, I love the flares. They hit the shoe like glue. Let's get on to the next one. On to another pair of vintage Levi's. I just got another black wash pair. You guys know me, I go through vintage Levi's like it's nothing. I get a pair, I love them for a bit. When I feel like it's time to go, I cycle them out for another pair because it ends up coming into my life again. We have a love affair right now, you know. I get some in, I get some out, you know. It's how it goes, the life cycle of the vintage Levi's. But I got this pair of orange tab. Whoa, if it wants to focus, orange tab, vintage Levi's. Really nice because these are not really cropped, but they kind of like hover above some of the boots that I wear them with. I love wearing these with my Andamu Mr. Backlace boots because you could kind of see the corset backlace detailing a little bit. That just like, it pokes out perfectly with the way that these fall. Also, there's a slight little bit of distressing that's very abnormal. It's like on the corner of the knee. So not very like common, which I like. So just something different from a standard black washed pair of Levi's, so that's why I got them. I feel like I'll get a lot of wear out of them, definitely. So yeah, all of the bottoms out of the way. Now we're on to some really dope tees, and these tees are from DWIP Dealer. You guys know my support for DWIP Dealer has gone way back from when we started doing these vintage videos more often. DWIP Dealer has a great selection when it comes to vintage. I highly suggest that you guys check him out, especially if you're in the Montreal area. But if you're in Canada or you're around the world, he has a website now, so I'll make sure to link all of that information in the description below. But he blessed me with 3 items, all tees. We're gonna get into them. This one is the most wearable out of the bunch because it's just a simple white t-shirt. You guys know you'll catch me in a vintage white tee every damn day. Well, if it's not vintage, it'll just be a white tee, but I love this. It's very like paper thin, has a little bit of character into it, so why not go for a vintage white tee. These other two are like band tees. Forgive me for all of the bandwagoning, the appropriation, the blasphemy, you know. Kyron, you're cruel, you don't listen to these bands. I get it, okay? I got them for the aesthetic purposes, I'm sorry, but they just look so damn good. I had to get them. I will try to give them a listen and then let you guys know what I feel about the music, because I am pretty open to music, like you guys know. If you guys follow me on Apple Music, I strongly suggest you do. You know, of course I'm in the rap category, but I listen to other things also. I've been getting into house and tech recently. But yes, love this tee. The cream color of it, it's just because it's, I believe it's oxidized. It started off as a white, but now it's just like a beautiful cream or ivory color. Especially with these colors of the graphic, the blues and the reds. It just makes for a really nice t-shirt. It fits me perfectly. I'm really about the knowing my measurements when it comes to vintage t-shirts now, so I'll always measure them out to something that I have and enjoy. The normal base that I use is the Aphex Twin t-shirt that I have. That was from my boy Oxyform, aka Charles, and I'll just base the measurements on that to any other tee that I buy now, because that just fits me perfectly, and anything else has to fit under that umbrella. So yeah, this is just the back graphic of it. Just some tour dates, and I believe this was from '91. Nice cream color, definitely could look nice with some blue wash pants or jeans. This is the next tee that I got. It just says out Colo wash, and what I like the best is the back just says X position. Kind of reminds me of the X-Files vintage t-shirts, but definitely not the same thing, but really cool. I like that it's just like a really simple graphic. I feel like I've seen a lot of graphic tees this summer from other people, and this just so happens to be a vintage one that's more authentic. So yeah, I'm trying to catch my breath here, Been talking a little too fast. We're gonna get into the rest of the stuff. First of all, thank you DWIP Dealer, I appreciate all of the stuff. Make sure to go check them out. I have all the links to all of the vintage suppliers in the description below. Make sure to go check them out, they're sick. So on to this one now. This one is by Heat Collectors. So they were kind enough to send me and Megs, my girlfriend, a package. They sent her a couple of tees, they sent me a couple of tees. Really nice of them. They even personalized the letter to me. Beautiful presentation when they shipped it to me. Montreal local, so I had to show love to them, of course. They gave me this tee, loved it. The rest Megs kept pretty much, or I traded them. Jimmy Rogers tee, giving you the blues / jazz vibes. Really just love the font. The typography of this is really nice, and then also just the blue. I'm a really big fan of blue on black vintage tees, if you guys could see right here. My favorite vintage tee is of course this TLC one. Everyone always asks me for this to try and buy it off of me, but I probably won't let it go just because it's like one of my first ones that I've ever gotten, and like my favorite one as far as fit, wash, and just details. Like the cracking is just magnificent on that shirt. But going back to the Jimmy Rogers one, really nice wash to this whole tee, and like I said, blue on wash black is just such a deadly combo. It gives me like really like belly vibes almost. I don't know why, but that color scheme is just, it triggers that in my brain. So yeah, on to, well, shout out to Heat Collectors, I appreciate them once again. That was from them. I'm trying to keep everything organized here, people. Trying to get everything organized. Whoa. Now, Heat. Boys of Heritage, okay? I'm gonna try and get a little detail of this hat. They sent some fire vintage, okay? This is like probably one of my favorite tees that I have in my vintage t-shirt collection now. As soon as I saw this, I was like, bro, I have to have this. And it was actually pending to another seller. Thankfully, they fell through because now it's with me by the grace of everything, the vintage gods, of course. But I just love the way they carry themselves. Two, I believe they're brothers. Well, they're affiliated in some type of way. Two guys that manage the account. Really top-notch customer service. They were communicating with me like the best out of a lot of people that I've been communicating with when it comes to selling or just chopping up about clothes, and they're very passionate about everything they do. So I really suggest that you check them out. I'll have everything in the description below like always. But this tee, yeah, and they chucked in the hat for free. Like, I feel like there's small little stuff that you have to do for a selling account or an online boutique that separates you from the rest of the noise that's out there, and that's what they're doing. Like, they sent this merch just in as like a token of gratitude type of thing, you know what I mean? So I really love that. I was telling a lot of other people to take notes with that. They should probably have some little goodies in there for other people, you know what I mean? And they also sent me this thank you. Yeah, they left me a little note. I should go follow them. They want to focus. Hello, there we go. Boys of Heritage, that's their account. Make sure to go follow them. This tee, people, come on, bro. Come on. What? Come on now. Boys to Men, Luther Vandross. That's crazy. You see how wide this tee is, bro? This is about to fit me so nice. I'm so excited to wear this. It's so crazy. Love how wide it is. The fade on the front, you could barely even make it out. But for those who know, they'll know. Just a crazy just fade. And you have the Boys to Men graphic on the back. Very like family nostalgia right here. I know my grandpa like always played Boys to Men, and my mom sometimes too. So very fire t-shirt. Love this tee. Thank you so much, Boys of Heritage. Make sure to go follow them. Crazy, crazy piece. On to the next one. Another like family nostalgia type of thing. Things that are played around the house, my grandparents' house, that is. Petit LaBelle. Found this at Flow Flea Market. I forget the seller's name, unfortunately, just because there were so many different booths. But I just love the color. It's kind of like a coral red, or like almost like a Mad Max sky red. Really, really crazy. The fit is not something that I normally gravitate towards, but it's because it's a one size fits all tee. Crazy back graphic as well. Nice little scripture. And then it says the Flame Tour 1997. Really cool. I just like love these vintage tees, or these vintage music tees, because they're very wearable. You can wear them in a bunch of different outfits and they don't have to be the standout piece compared to everything else. Like they could just kind of like blend in the background. As far as when it comes to layering, especially in the fall, that's where they thrive the most, people. And then also if they're a little too loud for you, I love flipping them inside out. I'm wearing an inside out vintage tee right now. This is like the US Army one that I always wear, with like the warship on the back. I just flipped it inside out and it looks perfect. It looks like just like a really crispy white tee with some character in it, and I love that. So you can do that with black tees, white tees, ends up looking great. Okay, on to the last two pieces. These are from Palmo Vintage. I'm gonna be doing some content with them very shortly. Gonna be doing a styling video very soon with them, so stay tuned to that. It's gonna be really cool because they have a shop, a shared shop. So I'll give you guys more details about that once it actually happens. But as far as it goes for now, we have some pieces from them from a day of shopping that I went and did a while back at their store. This is this Bryan Adams vintage tee. The screen print is a little thick for me, but the fit of the t-shirt is what I love the most. Also, the colors are great. Crazy colors. Really, really nice colors. Also, I believe there's a Montreal date on here, right? Quebec City and Montreal. I love when there's like Montreal dates on vintage tees. This is also from 91. Palmo killed it with that vintage tee. I found that like tucked between a lot of other tees. But anyway, this one right now is the only outerwear piece, but probably the best one that I found. I actually found this for Megs, my girlfriend, for her to wear, because I felt like it was gonna fit her better because it looked like it was meant for a smaller build. But surprisingly, it fits both of us, so we can kind of like share this jacket, although it is my jacket. But we do end up kind of like trading. She had the Letterman jacket that I wore in the last video that a lot of people were asking about. Really, really sick piece. But we end up like swapping outerwear sometimes because she likes baggier fits, and sometimes those will look either standard or very slim on me. So yeah, ends up working out. This is like a cropped vintage piece right here. Corduroy red, really beautiful details here. Has that little chenille double letter patch right there. And the best is the back. This is tagged a medium, but yeah, it definitely does fit kind of like a medium. I can fit between medium and larges these days. But I love this jacket. So vibrant, really beautiful for the fall. The way it looks in this climate is just so gorgeous. So yeah, I love this piece. Been getting a lot of wear out of it, and it's very versatile. You could kind of just chuck it on over a lot of simple outfits and it ends up being the statement piece, which is very enjoyable. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all of those vintage pieces that I showed off. Make sure to go check out all of the vintage selling accounts in the description below if you guys want to show them any love or see any of the other pieces that they have available, because I'm sure they have a lot of gems other than the ones that I scooped up myself. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. I have a whole bunch of other videos on the way. Of course, now that we're back in the studio, I'm going to be pumping out a lot of content, hopefully some styling videos as well, because I miss making those. And yeah, that's about it. GOTSWEIGE is where you can keep up to date with me more frequently. I post fit pictures, this and that on there, so that's where you could check out on there. Peace. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I'm out.